Happy Monday to all of you, my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans. Hope your last few days of March 2021 are going well as we prepare for another installment of the GB Cast. Ethan, aka Ishmael, Belfast Gamer, Luke, Ben, good to see all of you here. And because you asked, Ishmael, Ethan, can we please talk about Justice League first? Okay, we'll talk about Justice League first. Fortunately for you, I was able to retweak the title of the stream. It's not really a big deal. But since you asked, we will do Justice League spoiler-free review first, along with your thoughts, but we'll do it in a minute. Obviously, we're going to give a few minutes for people to, get on in here, and then we will get to it, shall we? So today, we're going to do spoiler-free review of Zack Snyder's Justice League, along with the cast reveal for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, PAX East being canceled, plus thank you, Ben. We're also going to be talking about the Ghost of Tsushima movie. It's something I was wanting to talk about whenever it was announced. I, unfortunately, when I was trying to come up with ideas and topics this morning, it slipped my mind, but thanks to Ben, it's back in my mind, so that's good. And we'll also talk about my thoughts regarding the PS5, because I got the PS5 Friday. Some of you know, I got the unboxing, got that done. It's up on the channel if you want to check it out. Plus, we streamed Red Dead Online on the PS5 this past Saturday, and I've had a chance, not much chance, because I've had a lot of stuff going on, so not as much opportunity to play on the PS5, because my friend was over Saturday. Some of us hanged out. We went to go eat a early dinner, I guess you could say, a late lunch, early dinner. We had a good time. Plus, we also watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, yes, that was a good time, and we'll do a spoiler-free review of that in just a moment. And I didn't really get much time to play on the PS5. But the time I did get to play on it, I enjoyed it. I felt like the run times for both GTA Online and Red Dead Online, especially Red Dead Online, are way faster. And the game looks really good. Red Dead Online looks fantastic on the PS5. I would say at the very least it looks as good as PlayStation 4 Pro, Xbox One X, probably even better. And the same thing goes for GTA Online. And, of course, we're going to be getting the Milked Edition, the enhanced, expanded edition of GTA 5 coming out later this year, I think. Maybe by the summer. I am surprised that Rockstar hasn't dropped a trailer for that yet, but who knows? Maybe they will do it soon. You think they would have done it by now. Then again, it could get delayed. I mean, to be honest, Rockstar, why would you delay something? Huh? Why would you delay a game that is already, 7 years old? Like, if you delay GTA 5 Milked Edition, will anyone care? So, it's one game I think they shouldn't delay. They should just get that out. Because they announced it, nearly a year ago. So, they've had a year to give us the enhanced Milked Edition of GTA 5. So, here's hoping they have a trailer for it soon. And they better have some sort of justification. There better be some reason for us to end up getting it. And I hope that those of us that already have GTA 5, from PS4 and Xbox One to, forward compatible it over to PS5 and Xbox Series X, I hope that for the online version it gets enhanced as well. Maybe it'll get enhanced free of charge. I guess we'll find out. Anyways, let us continue. Yes, there is a Ghost of Tsushima movie in the works. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Fat Chinese Gaming's here. What's up, Fat? How is it going? I hope you're having a good afternoon. So you're playing the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. I hope you're enjoying it, Fat. Sinister's here. What's up, Sinister? Can you smell what Black Adam is cooking? That's right. The Black Adam movie is in production with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's going to be playing Black Adam, and I believe Pierce Brosnan is going to be playing Dr. Fate. In fact, I was going to talk about that as well. Well, if I remember later on today, Sinister, we'll talk about that, because I do like Dr. Fate. When I was a kid, I had some plastic action figures, and one of them was Dr. Fate, in his yellow and blue outfit. He had the yellow helmet with some blue in it, the yellow cape. So I've always liked Dr. Fate. Even before Doctor Strange, I liked Dr. Fate. So, yeah. See, Motion, what's up, Motion? How's it going? Good to see you, Motion. That says they didn't release it because it's not ready. Yeah, I know. But it's just... Look, we get it. For like a new game Rockstar, we understand. Like when GTA 5 was delayed, which wasn't really too bad of a delay. Okay. Red Dead Redemption 2 got delayed a few times. Okay. But no one is going to care, Rockstar, if you delay GTA 5 Milked Edition. People are like, okay, well, we don't care anyways. So what, Rockstar? But yeah, they need to get out a trailer for that soon. And they better have something special in that trailer. I don't know what they'll do. Like, are they actually going to finally bring forth the long-awaited story DLCs, which they scrapped apparently? Or are they going to give us more than just the current map of GTA 5? Maybe they'll give us an updated version of Liberty City. That would be neat. That'd be cool. Maybe we'll have the ability to travel to Liberty City in GTA Online, or North Yankton, or both. I wouldn't be against that. Fat says, I wish they'd make a Horizon Zero Dawn movie. It's always possible that they may do it down the road, Fat. It's always a possibility. Ramking, what's up, Ramking? Liquid Still's here. Hello, Liquid Still and Ramking. Dr. Anarchy is also here. The up cat out. Shoo. Bad kitty. Cats. Dr. Anarchy, the enhanced version of GTA 5 is... Well, you're thinking about GTA Online. Okay, Dr. Anarchy, they've separated it. GTA Online will be free. GTA 5, which is the story mode, may not be free. We'll find out. They only gave us a little bit of information, 8-9 months ago. They'll hopefully give us more information soon. But yeah, you're correct about GTA Online. That is supposed to be free for everyone on the PS5 within the first 90 days once they officially launch the Milked Edition of GTA Online. I guess it'll just be an upgrade. Like, it'll just have a little graphical upgrade from the current version of GTA 5 Online to whatever it's going to look like. Hopefully it'll look great. Maddie, what's up, Maddie? How is it going? Good to see you, Maddie. So, yeah. What's happening this week? Okay, so before we get started, I may do a Diablo 2 stream tonight. I don't know if I will. We'll see. And tomorrow, obviously, we'll do another Newswire video of the event week for Red Dead Online. Hopefully it won't be a disappointment. It probably will. And then we're going to wrap up March on Wednesday with a fundraiser stream. So we're only doing one GB cast this week today. So Wednesday, World Central Kitchen fundraiser stream. We do that at the end of the month. It goes towards a great cause, World Central Kitchen, feeding people in need throughout the world. North America, South America, Central America, the Caribbean, Africa, up in the Middle East and Asia, throughout the world. Areas specifically affected by like disaster areas, like natural disasters and whatnot. They're usually there trying to help feed people that are in need. So it's a worthy cause, a nonprofit that I am proud to support. I've been doing it since, November, December, somewhere in that ballpark. And once a month has become kind of a tradition. And yes, I do donate as well. So I wouldn't support something I didn't believe in and that I wasn't willing to put my own money on the table to support. I think we're going to be doing Hitman 3. So Hitman 3, PlayStation 5, World Central Kitchen fundraiser stream is happening on Wednesday. So that is the plan. Luke says, does anyone even still play GTA 5 story mode? Probably not as many. Probably not. I haven't played story mode in forever. I only go through story mode to get to online because it's faster that way. Motion says, I'm kind of looking forward to GTA 5 Milked Edition to see the new stuff they have to offer. I think the rumor was, Motion, that it was just going to be a lot of the DLC content from like GTA Online, like almost all the DLC vehicles. They were just going to throw that into story mode. Up to a certain point, obviously, but maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Ethan says, I still never played a Rockstar game. That is strange, Ishmael. That is very strange. Like, predominantly my channel is Rockstar games, like, Red Dead Online, Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 5, GTA Online, with some other stuff like the Mafia franchise. So I'm always curious about non-Rockstar viewers and subscribers that come my way. Even though there's obviously some non-Rockstar Games content on the channel. I just find it fascinating. But I'm happy to have you here along with everybody else. All my awesome viewers, subscribers, fans, if you enjoyed the GBcast, a like is greatly appreciated. I'm also extremely grateful to all of our Super Chat heroes for March 2021 with their pot o' gold. And their members are awesome members, which include my good friend Azralynn and Carrick over at ACG, Mike Lambert, Dark MatterWolf, the elite members, UG Outlaw, Belfast Gamer, Will, MeltNet, Jesse Alvarez. Honorable mentions to our junior members, ToykoTent, Conor, deforest Smith, Huttch Plays, Tommy Angelo Jr., Fat Chinese Gaming, Brett, Ramking, and Antonio Aristotle. Junior members, elite members, in March 2021 Super Chat heroes going above and beyond for the GeauxBurns Nation. Oh, wrong button. You fool, you pushed the wrong button, GB. All right, so first we'll real quickly talk about my PS5 bundle. I managed to get one last week. Excited about it, and I have games. And I think it was a better deal than going to a lousy, stinking, shady scalper. Yes, I spent up to $830 US for a PS5 Deluxe Edition, an additional controller, a $20 gift card from GameSpot Online only, a few games, Hitman 3, which once again will be streaming on Wednesday for the fundraiser stream, Avengers, yay, and Spider-Man Miles Morales, which also includes Spider-Man Remastered. So I will definitely be doing a Spider-Man stream series somewhere down the road. I don't know when, but we shall see. I don't know when, but it will happen eventually. Okay, so let's go to the news. Actually, we're going to do the spoiler-free Zack Snyder's Justice League review. And for those of you that have watched Zack Snyder's Justice League review, I'm going to open the floor for your comments in a minute. So hold on to your comments, to your thoughts. Make sure it's spoiler-free, though, because we don't want to spoil anything. Well, real quick, let me catch up with chat. I only found me because I was one of the first streamers you found in 2018. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Ethan. I'm glad you're here. See, El Davo's here. What's up, El Davo? Don't forget the PlayStation Plus collection. You're right, Ben. You're right. I gotta look into that. Yeah, I accidentally pushed the wrong button. Wrong button has been pushed. Okay, so my spoiler-free review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I did talk about it yesterday during Reddit Online, but I was obviously distracted by playing the game. So this time, I will focus on my spoiler-free review. As a lot of you know, it is a 4-hour movie, basically. And I don't think this would have worked so well in theaters, because that's 4 hours. Like 2-3 hours is very much pushing it when you're in a theater. But 4 hours, I don't see that happening. But for what it was, I enjoyed Zack Snyder's Justice League. Sapphire, hello Sapphire, how you doing? Okay, so 4 hours long. The main characters, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Wonder Woman, Dinah Prince, Arthur, a.k.a. Aquaman, The Flash, Barry Allen, Cyborg, Steppenwolf, a few others, Alfred, Lois Lane, Martha Kent, and eventually, Superman. Spoilers. Okay, that's one spoiler we will throw in there. It starts off very slow. So it's definitely a slow burn. And it's basically at the beginning a recap of what happens near the end of Batman v Superman, when quote-unquote Doomsday, or this game's the series version of Doomsday, which was originally General Zod. So dead General Zod, I guess zombified by Lex Luthor, or Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, becomes Doomsday. I have so many issues with Batman v Superman, by the way. So it doesn't start off good. It does not start off good because it reminds us that Batman v Superman exists. Because I thought it was stupid. Because the first time I saw it in theaters and Doomsday killing Superman, I'm like I didn't have the emotional reaction I had was Zod Doomsday, Zod Day or whatever, Ethan. Anyways, whenever Doomsday or Zod Doomsday killed Superman, my eyes literally rolled in the back of my head. My eyes literally went in the back of my head. I'm like, my God, they're already killing off Superman. Superman just freaking started. He only had one movie. And you're already killing him off, you morons? No, you're supposed to build it up. Give us some more stories. Give us, World's Finest. Give us some Justice League. And maybe one or two more Superman movies. Then, once you built up the franchise, right? Then do a Doomsday. By the way, hello, Brian. How's it going? So that already set me off in a very bad spot when it comes to Zack Snyder's Justice League. But it gets better. It gets better. It's just, I don't like being reminded about that. But something does happen that I guess is the catalyst for the Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. So there's an important reason why they remind us about that scene in Batman v Superman, even though I wish we could just ignore it and move on with our lives. The only really good part I would say is probably Gal Gadot introducing her as Wonder Woman, and yeah, Ben Affleck as well as Batman. And once again, I feel like that what they should have done is they should have given Batman, Ben Affleck, his own movie, and then Wonder Woman her own movie, then do like a World's Finest, bringing them all together, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, then leading forward into Justice League. By the way, hello ToykoTent, how you doing? Okay, back to the spoiler-free review. Mostly it is the same premise and story as Joss Whedon's Justice League. There are a few changes they make, but I'm not going to mention those because spoilers. You have Steppenwolf. Once again, he comes after the Mother Boxes. Some of you are probably aware of that. Along with the Parademons. There are 3 Mother Boxes, and there's 3 different factions that have the Mother Boxes. By the way, I'm going to allude to some Joss Whedon Justice League. I'm going to try not to avoid that. But anyways, there's three Mother Boxes. And if they're brought together, they will form unity, and they will allow Darkseid and his armies from Apocalypse to invade and conquer Earth. So, Steppenwolf is trying to find the Mother Boxes. And like Bruce Wayne is trying to form the Justice League with Wonder Woman's help, along with a few others. Eventually, he manages to get the Flash on board, as well as Aquaman and Cyborg. So that makes up the 5, right, of the Justice League, along with Alfred's help. So you have Alfred there, who is doing a lot more Lucius Fox stuff. Now, I understand Alfred's place, right? I get him. He's supposed to be the father figure, the advisor, the consigliere to Bruce, right? He's his conscience. He's there to be there for Bruce. And even as, I guess you could say, with his medical expertise, he's there, like, whenever Bruce gets hurt to help patch him up. But one thing I've noticed about Batman v Superman and Justice League, and I know this may be a spoiler, okay? But I don't like the fact that they have Alfred doing all this stuff as well. All this, things that don't really fit his character. This tinkering, the technobabble stuff. I feel like that's something that should be Lucius's gig. So I feel like they should have introduced Lucius to be helping along with Alfred. I'm not saying that Alfred couldn't do any of this. I'm just saying that it makes more sense to have Lucius doing it, but there's no Lucius Fox as far as I know in the Snyderverse. Anyways, small gripe. By the way, I do like Jeremy Irons. He's a great actor, and he's all right as Alfred. Like, his version of Alfred is so different, though, because, like, him and Bruce just like to drink. They're drinking, they're just hanging out, and sometimes they'll have tea. But he's I don't know. I don't know how to describe Jeremy Irons' Alfred. He's not what you imagine when you think of Alfred, right? He's a completely different Alfred. Okay, so let's just leave it at that. All right. So, anyways, slowly but surely, you have the Justice League forming against Steppenwolf. So I gotta hit the brakes and not say too much else. So I gave you the premise, right? Obviously, one side, Steppenwolf, who has somebody else. You probably already know, Darkseid. He's a servant of Darkseid, and he has been sent to Earth to grab the Mother Boxes. Meanwhile, Bruce, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, the Flash are trying to stop him. And eventually, as you know, you will see Superman eventually return in the movie. I think that's a spoiler, but I'm sure most of you are aware of it because, in the artwork itself, there's Superman right there. He's right there. So it's kind of hard to avoid some of these spoilers. Some of them are a given. That's the premise, which is very similar, once again, to Joss Whedon's Justice League. It's a very, very slow burn, but it does get good along the way. And it picks up steam. It gives time for these characters to be fleshed out a lot more than they were in Joss Whedon's version, especially Cyborg, because you don't really see much of Cyborg, and you really don't really think much about him. And I feel bad for the actor because I really feel like he got the shaft because of Joss Whedon's version, the way he was treated by Warner Brothers. But I feel like Cyborg was done justice in Zack Snyder's Justice League because he's an important. I mean, they're all important, but Cyborg is a very important character in this story, and we get more time with him and his mom and his dad and that relationship and how Cyborg develops and grows as a character from the beginning of the movie to the end. You end up liking Cyborg a lot more in Zack Snyder's version of Justice League than Joss Whedon's. And I would say the same thing probably goes for The Flash as well. The Flash, he had a little bit more time to be fleshed out as well, even though the actor that plays Barry Allen, The Flash, he's done some questionable things in real life, but at the same time, even like his version of The Flash, I grow to like a lot more in Zack Snyder's version of Justice League than Joss Whedon. So even by the end, I've grown to be okay with him as Barry Allen, putting aside the real life nonsense. So at the end of the day, I do like the fact that his Barry Allen is a little quirky, is a little bit of humor. While like Barry Allen is supposed to have some, a comedic side to him, a sense of humor. I get it. Now, there's a sense of humor and being charming and charismatic, and then being kind of quirky like his version is. But at the end of the day, it worked for what it was. Now, Jason Momoa as Arthur, aka Aquaman, I think he does a good job. I mean, basically, you need somebody that looks like a badass, and Jason Momoa definitely fits the bill. From Stargate Atlantis to Game of Thrones. So he definitely gives me that Aquaman vibe. Not the old school Aquaman, right? But the Aquaman that they introduced some time ago in the Justice League animated series, where he's more of a badass, where he has the long hair and he's kicking ass. So there's really not much more time they give his Aquaman, but they also flesh him out a little bit more where he's not completely an a-hole, where he does have a side of him that actually does care, even though it seems like he doesn't care. He eventually does develop a bond with these characters. I do like the fact that they make things a little bit better between Diana and Bruce, because in Joss Whedon's version, they were kind of adversarial at sometimes. It's not as bad. It's actually better in this version because they're actually working together. And I feel like this one, once again, does justice to Ben Affleck's version of Batman. A lot of people never really gave Ben Affleck a chance because Batman v Superman, well, you know how I feel about that. But I thought that along with Gal Gadot, with her performance as Wonder Woman, Ben Affleck, I thought he did a better job than expected as Batman, which is why I was disappointed whenever the directed Ben Affleck Batman movie never happened, because I really wanted to see that, to actually give him a chance to shine. But Bruce Wayne and Batman definitely do shine in Zack Snyder's Justice League, and it's way better and feels more like Batman and Bruce Wayne in this movie than Joss Whedon's version. And I feel like this Batman is more of a badass. He does a lot more badass Batman things, not just fighting, but also with the brain machine. Because Bruce Wayne is a genius, he is smart, he is the leader, and he's the one coming up with the plan and stuff. I mean, and it does show them slowly but surely working together. And there's obviously some issues that they each have to get past, but you can also see the potential for something great with all of these characters and forming the Justice League in order to hopefully defeat the forces that are a threat to Earth. And I thought that by the end of the film, even though it was a very, very long film, I thought it was considerably better than Joss Whedon's version. It's just you have to get through that 4 hours. And the good news is, because it's online, you can hit the brakes. You can hit the brakes. Alicia, hello, Alicia. How's it going? So, more screen time for Cyborg, which was absolutely needed, including Barry Allen. You had some good chemistry between Bruce, Alfred, along with Diana, and some good time between Lois, Superman, Martha, as well as Steppenwolf and those that are allied with Darkseid. So it was good to have some of that fleshed out. Steppenwolf's character is a lot different, even though his premise is the same, his purpose, coming to Earth to get the mother boxes. It's basically the same, but there's a lot of different things about Steppenwolf. This version of Steppenwolf than Joss Whedon's version. Is it even the same voice actor? It sounded like a different voice actor, unless they just altered the voice a little bit. But even the two Steppenwolfs look a little bit different. But at the same time, there's a lot more things going on that they like retweak and rechange. And bear in mind, I think this was meant to be the original version of the Justice League movie until tragically Zack Snyder's daughter passed away and forced him to leave the project. Of course, it was convenient for Warner Brothers because they were looking for a reason to throw him under the bus because of the failure of Batman v Superman, which I don't entirely blame on Zack Snyder. I think there was too many cooks in the kitchen. But at the end of the day, he does have to accept some of the blame. But you also have Warner Brothers executives, DC executives, and others meddling. And I think they just threw too much into the pot when it came to Batman v Superman. But we're talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League, which I think is way better than Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. If there's some critique I could give this movie, it's too much slow-mo. And that's expected when it comes to a Zack Snyder movie, right? But I think someone needs to give him a quota. Okay, Zack, look, you can have up to 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 slow-mos in a movie. There were too many slow-mos. Some of them work, right? Some of them work pretty good. But then the slow-mos for the sake of the slow-mos, some of them, they drag out for too freaking long. And there's also scenes that could have been edited down, shortened, or not even in the movie. I mean, I guess he just went and he had a field day. He just thought, you know what, I'm getting free reign to do this thanks to AT&T buying Warner Brothers and giving me an extra $60 million. So I'm just going to do what the hell I want to do. So there has to be some control over the director. You want the director to have, some freedom, but at the same time, you have to have some sort of leash to hold the director from going completely crazy. So I think some things could have been edited out. I think this didn't have to be a 4-hour movie. It could have been at least 30 minutes shorter, and it still would have been good. But, I enjoyed it. But it definitely works way better than Joss Whedon's Justice League. I doubt we're ever going to get a sequel. I don't know how well Zack Snyder's Justice League is doing, view-wise for HBO Max. And that's what it really comes down to. How many people actually purchased HBO Max just to watch Zack Snyder's Justice League? How much money is AT&T making because of Zack Snyder's Justice League? Does it justify bringing back the Snyderverse and a sequel to Justice League? Even though there are things that are set up in Zack Snyder's Justice League that would obviously merit a sequel, a continuation of the story of elements that are introduced and left hanging by the end of this movie. I don't know if we're ever going to see that happen. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe at the very least, they'll do it in comic form. That'd be kind of cool. Captain Nat, what's up, Captain Nat? How's it going? So let me see where we left off. So even though I doubt we're ever going to get a sequel to Zack Snyder's Justice League, it definitely was a win for the actual fans of DC Comics and these characters: Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, The Flash, as well as Cyborg and other characters. But it still is unfortunate that we didn't allow Zack Snyder to have this as the movie. It should have been edited down a little bit more, but it never would have worked in theaters at this length. But it would be really cool if this actually resurrects the Snyderverse. I doubt it because there's too many conflicting things going on at Warner Brothers right now. This is an HBO Max AT&T thing. And then you still have Warner Brothers trying to do their own thing with their own DC movies. And some of it actually is conflicting from what I've heard. And that's not a good sign. Dark Matter Wolf, what's up, Dark Matter Wolf? So let me think. Is there anything I left off before we go to you all and see your thoughts? By the way, try and keep it as spoiler-free as possible. I know I should have done a better job of that, because if you've watched Joss Whedon's Zack Snyder film, the overall story and the premise is almost the same, but it's just much, much more fleshed out in Zack Snyder's. And I feel like it's overall better. A slow burn, but by the time you get to, I guess you could say maybe the middle, and you're heading towards the second half of the movie, it definitely starts getting better. So that's definitely a positive in my opinion. All right, so let us proceed to what y'all think regarding the Zack Snyder Justice League. So I do apologize, chat, for missing some of your comments. But I had to focus. I had to discipline myself to focus on my review the best I could. There are rumors that Ben Affleck's Batman might get a TV series. Brian, I would not be against that. I absolutely would not. Ramking says, I've always knew pretty much any movie with antagonists will have a protagonist win against them. Well, that's true, but I mean, I think they can do a better job of giving the antagonist some W's, right? You give the antagonist some wins, and then eventually it allows the protagonist to build up as a character and better themselves in order to hopefully defeat the antagonist before the end of the film or the story. Dr. Anarchy says, I was chatting with some dude in YouTube comments today. He told me he paid $800 for PlayStation 5 digital. Well, okay. Anyways, let's move on to Liquid Steel. I figured it was a bad sign when they did not give Cyborg or The Flash or Aquaman their own movie. I don't know if Cyborg would have worked having his own movie, but obviously Aquaman did get his own movie. So Aquaman actually did get his own movie, but they should have put out Aquaman's movie prior to a Justice League movie. The same thing goes for a Batman movie, another Superman movie. The Wonder Woman movie did come out, obviously, before Justice League. The Flash also should have had his own. They should have really done a better job to flesh these characters out a lot more better. Ethan, let's see, Robert Pattinson's Batman's given the TV show as well. I mean, those are just rumors. Neither one of those are true right now. Those are rumors. And the rumor regarding Robert Pattinson's Batman is that it's going to be not really focused on Batman. It's just going to be like another version of Gotham. Yay, that's what we need. Whereas Joker, there's Batman. I feel like, here's my thing. I feel like I would like to see a Batman movie without Joker. I know we had Dark Knight Rises and other movies. Because I feel like there are really, really good characters. Rogues Gallery. Besides Joker, I know he's the main villain of Batman, but there's so many other ones that they should focus on, like Riddler, Two-Face, Penguin, a few others as well. All right, so where do we leave off? Let's see, Captain Hat's good to see you. I enjoyed the new Justice League better than the original. I agree. I think that it definitely was better. I agree a lot. It was way, way better than Josh Whedon's. It was longer, obviously, but it was necessary because you have all these characters and you have to flesh out their arcs and the story and the progression from start, middle to end. So I think that it was definitely worth the 4 hours in my opinion. Okay, let's catch up. Ethan says the best high view on the HBO Max ever, destroying Falcon Winter Soldier. Yeah, I'm just not really feeling. I mean, even though I canceled Disney Plus, I just have no motivation to watch Falcon and Winter Soldier. I just don't care. But see, Fire with the super chat, $4.99. Thank you so much, Fire. Assassin's Creed series, Mafia series deserve director's cuts. Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool if they actually did that. Like, I guess you're talking about, I know there's been an Assassin's Creed movie. So that would be, I mean, I guess it could be re-edited or something. I don't know if there's enough of a demand from fans for that. But there has yet to be a Mafia movie. So, anyways, yeah, there is an Assassin's Creed movie. It didn't do so well. Brian says, I hear Falcon Winter Soldier is a good show. I wouldn't know, Brian, because I no longer watch Disney Plus. Ramking says 4-hour movie. I think that's more. Yeah, it is way more than Endgame. And the good thing about watching it at home is you can pause it, and it is broken up into parts. There's well, I mean, it's all like one movie, but there are parts where it's like part 2, part 3, part 4. You get the idea. I forgot how many parts there were, but I guess that's a good stopping point once you finish, say, part 4. Like, okay, here comes part 5. Okay, good chance to hit the brakes, hit the pause button, and go take care of some real life stuff or some business, what you need to do before you continue with Zack Snyder's Justice League, because it is long. Ethan says the Joker kind of is kind of, well, they show the Joker in the trailers, so I mean they kind of already like showed their hand that they were going to bring back Jared Leto as Joker, and I gotta admit the short amount of time we see with his version of Joker, I felt like it once again it brought justice to another character that got mistreated. Like, for example, a lot of these characters were mistreated in Batman v Superman, as well as Joss Whedon's Justice League. And I feel the same thing happened with Jared Leto's Joker in the first Suicide Squad. Or do we even count that as a Suicide Squad? Because there's a new Suicide Squad coming out soon by James Gunn. So I think it was nice to give Jared Leto another opportunity to be Joker once again. And even though we only get a little bit of time with him, it's still an interesting twist on Joker. Definitely better than what we got in that first Suicide Squad movie. I agree. So they were the creators of Assassin's Creed. They had 6-game plan origin with Desmond, but they couldn't complete it. Yeah, it's unfortunate that they didn't do that, because I think after the Desmond arc was wrapped up, then it was no longer like the present day nonsense in the Assassin's Creed movies, games just were pointless in my opinion. I just didn't care anymore. Like after they took away those characters, well, the main character, like I just didn't see the point in flashing forward anymore. They should just going into Assassin's Creed, they should have just focused on the past and just the past only. Like all that other crap with the, you know what I'm saying? It's just most people don't care about it. Anyways, we're trying to focus on Justice League. So I hate having to pivot. Luke says, who thought it would be a good idea to do Justice League before Well, I agree. And that's the problem. That's my issue with Warner Brothers. And I predominantly blame Warner Brothers on this. They were so desperate to catch up with the MCU. And instead of taking their sweet time, realizing that they were already, MCU was way ahead already. But it didn't matter. It wasn't a competition. What it came down to is once they started the DC universe, it was up to them to have somebody similar to Kevin Feige steering it in the right direction. Establishing Superman, establishing Batman, establishing Wonder Woman, eventually, bringing them together in like a world's finest, and then bringing the others on board, like, Aquaman, then the Flash, then eventually Justice League, slowly but surely building up the DC universe. But they were so quick to rush it that they screwed it up completely. UG Outlaw, what's up, UG Outlaw? How's it going? Let's see, Fire. Well, I mean, everyone has an original plan. I mean, George Lucas had an original plan for the sequel trilogy to Star Wars. It didn't work out. So, original plan, I mean, the truth is a lot of people liked the canon version of Mafia 2. So that's nothing to really complain about, to be honest. But anyways, we're getting off topic once again. Brian says Zack Snyder's Justice League might get a Blu-ray. It might. Well, the question is, do they think that they would sell enough copies of Zack Snyder's Justice League to merit a production of it for Blu-ray? So that's the question. Yeah, there is leadership at Warner Brothers, but it's terrible leadership. It sucks. But I hope you're doing well today, UG Outlaw, along with everybody else. So I'm trying to think of anything else I want to throw in regarding Zack Snyder's Justice League. If you're a DC fan, if you're a fan of these characters, even if you didn't like Joss Whedon's version, I think you will like Zack Snyder's way more. And if you're just like me and you didn't really care for the way things went down in Batman v Superman, I definitely think that Zack Snyder's Justice League is better. It's perhaps even the best of the Snyder movies. I'd say it's probably better than Man of Steel because a lot of people didn't like the tone of Man of Steel. I'm okay with it. I think Henry Cavill's great as Superman. I would love to see more time with Henry Cavill as Superman. I absolutely would. But another thing I liked about Zack Snyder's Justice League is it started going in a lighter tone, right? It started feeling, even though there was this looming like fear and darkness from Darkseid, there's also this optimism that we started to see in these characters. And that's something that I think was needed in this franchise. Well, Fire, I'm talking about something else right now, Fire, okay? Can I focus on Justice League? We'll do a Mafia Day one day, okay? So, if you don't mind, I would like to focus on Justice League. As much as I like talking about Mafia, I have to focus the conversation. So Yujala, pretty tired. Oh, you're pretty tired? Okay. I'm not getting mad, but I'm just saying, if I'm focused on one topic, then I would like to stick to that one topic. If there's a day when we talk about Mafia, then by all means, we can talk about Mafia. See, Brian says, I hear Zack Snyder's Justice League got a high view because Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman 84 was not good. The first Wonder Woman movie was all right. It had its issues too, but yeah, 84 was not good at all. Not really. See, Ramking says, I hate the Abstergo. Yeah, the Abstergo part was just annoying. Like after, Assassin's Creed 3. Once again, jumping off topic. But anyways, see, Captain Ass says, I'm not a massive DC fan, but still waiting for a great Superman movie. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Anyways, so I don't have a problem multitasking, but when I'm focusing on a topic, I like to focus on that specific topic. Unless we're having like an open, chill dialogue, which we do on occasion. But at the end of the day, yeah, I think that it would be awesome if they gave Henry Cavill another chance at Superman. I think that he more than deserves it. And I would also say the same thing for Ben Affleck as Batman. And I think that Gal Gadot deserves another chance at Wonder Woman. I'm not going to blame her for the failure of Wonder Woman 84, because at the end of the day, she's just an actress. She's doing the best she can. And it's sad that what happened with Ray Fisher and Warner Brothers. So I fear that they would probably conveniently keep Cyborg out of any future movies, which would be a disappointment. I don't know. Maybe there's a way to patch things up there. I would like to believe so. And I think Aquaman did quite well, so there's always the possibility of more Aquaman. I think they're even going to work on a sequel. And I think they're in the process right now of a new Justice League movie, I believe, right? I believe that there is a new Justice League movie coming. Well, no, I mean an Aquaman movie. Yeah, there's an Aquaman movie coming. There's a Black Adam movie coming. And there's a Flash movie, which I guess is going to be Flashpoint Paradox. Their own take on Flashpoint, I think. And maybe Michael Keaton will be in it. Maybe he won't be in it. Right now, that's the rumor right now, depending on the bug or whatnot. But maybe it'll give the actor another chance to, I guess, another shot at being the Flash. And maybe by the time the Flashpoint Paradox is over, I would like to believe it'll turn out good. It depends on who's helming it, who's running it. It depends on the script, the characters, and can they actually make the Flashpoint Paradox work live action. The animated movie was actually really good. It was very good. But there's things you can do in an animated movie that you can't do in live action because it would cost way too much. So we'll just have to wait and see. Oh yeah, there's also a Shazam 2 coming. So we got Shazam 2 coming. We got Aquaman 2 coming. We got Black Adam coming. And we also have the Flash movie. So that's 4. That's 4, right? I think so. At least 4 more DC movies. And there's always a possibility of a future Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix. So that's also rumored as well because the first Joker movie did surprisingly well. Luke says they should just reset and make the Wonder Woman movie. Yeah, I mean, there is, they did establish the multiverse. So they can make all this technically work with different, this is Earth 1, this is Earth 37, this is Earth 420. So they can still do both, technically. They could make all these kind of sort of connect through the DCU multiverse. So that's a possibility. Captain Knight says, I like Henry Cavill Superman. It was just yeah. I don't know. I don't think that Man of Steel was a bad movie. I mean, it's way better than, say, Superman 4. Superman 4 was horrible. Superman Returns, saying that it's better than Superman 4 is not really saying much. I kind of like Superman 3. It had Richard Pryor in it. But the first 2 Supermans were pretty good with Christopher Reeve. But at the same time, I saw potential with Henry Cavill as Superman. But it just depends on how good Zack Snyder's Justice League does. If it ends up being a success for HBO Max and AT&T, they may justify. They may be like, okay, you did good. We're going to reward you, Zack Snyder, and we're going to let you continue the Zack Snyderverse. So we will see. No, I don't. As much as I like Nicolas Cage, I just don't think he was ever a good fit for being Superman. Yeah, Brian, I don't think that was a good idea. I think Tim Burton was not the right person to to do Superman. No. That's terrible. Quest for Peace was not brilliant. Whatever. Now you're just joshing me. Wonder Woman was hot garbage. I mean, there were like, I guess you could say anything with Gal Gadot was good, but everything else, ugh, not very good. Okay, so I think we're gonna move on to what we're gonna talk about next. Let's talk about some Star Wars. Let's do that. But yeah, I mean, I hope that the success of Zack Snyder's Justice League, even if it doesn't like lead towards a sequel, at the very least, maybe it'll show AT&T, Warner Brothers that fans do matter, and you want to create content that appeals to the fans, because the fans know more about these characters and these stories than some of the people they put in charge. And I think that's a big reason why people like Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and why a lot of us feel like they should be running Lucasfilm, because they are obviously fans of Star Wars, and they're more passionate about Star Wars than Kathleen Kennedy. So why did I segue there? Because we're going to talk about Star Wars next. Yes, there is a plan, a vision that I have. I don't know why. But anyways, Vossi's here. What's up, Vossi? How's it going? Okay, so it is official. Obi-Wan Kenobi series has begun production in April, and the cast has already been revealed. By the way, this is over at StarWars.com. And I do appreciate all of you being here, and I don't mind talking about a wide variety of topics, but there are times when I just want to focus on one specific thing at a time, because if we start like talking about other things, it's so easy to get lost off the road. So I have to kind of like steer the ship within reason. Okay, so the Obi-Wan Kenobi movie is, well, the mini-series, the limited series, whatever you want to call it, is still happening. It's going to be on Disney+. This is off of StarWars.com. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the new Disney Plus special event series starring Ewan McGregor as the iconic Jedi Master, will begin shooting in April, so it is happening. The story begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, where Obi-Wan Kenobi faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend, Jedi apprentice Anakin Skywalker, turned evil Sith Lord Darth Vader. Obi-Wan Kenobi will be directed by Deborah Chow, who, by the way, I think she directed a couple really good episodes of The Mandalorian. So at least there you have somebody that is familiar in the Star Wars verse already, and she did a great job as a director. So at the moment, it feels like a right step, because this is something a lot of us have been waiting for, this Obi-Wan movie that's been in, I guess you could say, production hell for the longest time. The series will also mark the return of Hayden Christensen in the role of Darth Vader, which is one I find very, very fascinating. So along with Hayden Christensen as Vader and Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, there's also going to be more actors and actresses involved with the story, which I do find interesting. Joining the cast are Moses Ingram, Joel Egerton, Bonnie Pressey, Kamal, it's a huge cast. A very huge, sorry, freaking headset. Anyways, I don't know why, but I am concerned about such a large cast. Now I feel like, because it's a series, right? Not all these characters are going to be appearing in the same episode together, but you will encounter these characters throughout the miniseries, the limited series, if you will. And some of them I do recognize. I recognize him and her, and I recognize him. So I recognize a few of these actors. So, I mean, I hope their characters are decent, but here's my concern. My concern is any additional characters you add to this series takes time away from Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker. So that's my concern, is that's 10 additional characters. 10 additional characters that they're adding. Now, these characters may work to complement, the two main characters. But at the same time, it is still taking time away from Obi-Wan Kenobi as well as Darth Vader. whether or not it's actually Darth Vader or Anakin Skywalker, we'll just have to wait and see. Because if we go by A New Hope, Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi, their last official meeting was at the end of episode 3, on Mustafar. So a lot of people are wondering, well, how can they have another encounter, between episode 3 and 4? That doesn't really make sense, but then you have to bring in the Force and Force visions and all that stuff. So there's obviously a Force connection between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker, now Darth Vader. So maybe the Force connection between the two still exists, and maybe that allows them to interact with each other. Or maybe it's just Obi-Wan Kenobi's spent too long in the desert of Tatooine and he's just gone crazy. I don't know. You missed the old Star Wars films? Ben says, I hope Obi-Wan is good. I hope so as well. I mean, I really do. I hope so as well. I just don't know. I mean, it feels like a pretty large cast of characters for a limited series, which is supposed to predominantly focus on Obi-Wan Kenobi and, Anakin, a.k.a. Darth Vader. But we'll see. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And it'll be exclusive to Disney+. So I wouldn't expect this to come out anytime soon. I don't think they have a release date. No, the shooting begins in April. So I would say probably at the earliest 2022 is when we will see the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, mini-series, limited series. Not much else information we have. I know I'm talking Yoda right now. Yoda talk. But I am happy that this is happening. At the same time, I kind of wish it wasn't happening under Kathleen Kennedy's watch. But there's a very real possibility before the year is over, Kathleen Kennedy will no longer be in charge of Lucasfilm, especially if Bob Iger and Bob Chapek and the heads of Disney do not renew her contract. So if they don't renew her contract and they just let her walk off into the two sunsets of Tatooine, I hope she doesn't stumble into a Sarlacc pit or run into a crate dragon. But hopefully they'll put somebody in charge of Lucasfilm that actually is passionate about Star Wars, like Jon Favreau, for example. I think Jon Favreau will be a great successor to Lucasfilm. All right, but anyways, let's go to your chat and see what y'all have to say about this topic. If you have any thoughts, feel free and leave them. Okay, back to chat real quick. Once again, Brian says, I hope Obi-Wan Kenobi's good. I do too, Brian. Ramking, you missed the old Star Wars movies. Well, the old Star Wars movies are still there. You can go watch them. Luke says, oh, Liam Neeson. Yeah, it would be cool if they actually do give him if they give Liam Neeson a cameo. Now, there was an interview not too long ago where someone asked him, was he going to be in the Obi-Wan series? And Liam Neeson said not to the best of his knowledge. But then again, maybe he's under non-disclosure. Maybe he knows that he's not going to say anything about it because he doesn't want to spoil anything from the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And it's very possible that we may at least get a little bit of dialogue between Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obviously, it would just be audio because Liam Neeson plays Qui-Gon Jinn. And even though he was killed by Darth Maul in episode 1, he had also learned to at least become kind of like a Force spirit. Not a Force ghost, but he exists in the cosmic Force, where he can actually talk to people. He was able to talk to Yoda, as well as Obi-Wan, and the Clone Wars here and there every now and then. So it is Qui-Gon Jinn that is going to commune with Yoda, as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi, in order for them to eventually become Force ghosts by in the original trilogy of Star Wars. So it does make sense if we do end up at least having dialogue between the Force spirit, the Force voice of Qui-Gon Jinn, as well as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Qui-Gon obviously guiding Obi-Wan beyond the grave, and not only maybe helping him find his purpose once again, his focus on protecting Luke Skywalker, because that's kind of his purpose. That's the reason why he stays on Tatooine, is to watch over young Luke as he grows up with Beru and Owen Lars, and meditate, and of course, eventually become one with the Force when the time comes. You wish the newer films were more like the originals. Well, yeah, I agree, Ramking. I agree. You're right. It is unfortunate that they didn't have a vision when it came to the sequel trilogy, but I've talked about that so many freaking times. I honestly don't know if I'm willing to renew my Disney Plus to watch this. Maybe if Kathleen Kennedy is gone. Tell you what, Disney, let Kathleen Kennedy walk out the door and Favreau take over Lucasfilm, then I will consider eventually giving you money again. Till then, no, I don't think so. We'll just have to see. I swear to God, if they renew her contract, I'm done. I'm officially done. I'm like, screw you, Disney. You clearly don't listen. I mean, she's been very problematic. So I'm hoping that Deborah Chow has control over Obi-Wan Kenobi, just like Favreau has control over The Mandalorian and some of the other shows. And Bob Iger and Bob Chapek and the heads of Disney have limited the amount of influence that Kathleen Kennedy has. Maybe that's the case. Maybe when it comes to Disney Plus shows, like they like, no, you have no say over this. You have no authority over this. Yeah, you might get your name on here as an executive producer, but that's it. That's it, Kathleen. You know, you stick with High Republic and any other little projects she's doing. But maybe when it comes to Disney Plus, that's where, you know, like Iger and Chapek and the heads of Disney kind of like draw the line. Like, nope. You don't get any control. Only Deborah Chow's in charge of Obi-Wan Kenobi. She's in charge of that. And Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are in charge of the other series. Like, as we mentioned, Boba Fett, Mandalorian, Ahsoka, etc. Dark MatterWolf, I agree with you on Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, she needs to go. And hopefully that's their plan. Despite what Chapek said a few weeks ago in some public meetings and investor calls. I mean, I get it. He has to have a public response, a PR. He's not going to openly throw her under the bus or trash talk her. But my hope is that her contract just doesn't get renewed and she is allowed to walk away. Speaking of movies, let's talk about Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, the Ghost of Tsushima movie is being made, and I'm excited about it. And by the way, I think I will be streaming through Ghost of Tsushima again. New Game Plus, of course. It's something I was wanting to do, but I've been waiting to get the PS5. And now that I have the PS5, which is conveniently underneath my chair right now, because it's huge. Let me back up. My PS5 it just gets caught under my chair. Scoot you back over. Yes. There. Good PS5. Behave. Literally is underneath my chair. Yes, he meant Kathleen Kennedy. You know what he meant. Why do you ask, Fat? You know what he meant. Duh. Anyways, this is the GB Cast. I hope y'all are enjoying it. If there's any additional topics you want to bring up in a moment, feel free and let me know. So we're going to talk about the Ghost of Tsushima movie in the works, as well as PAX East being canceled, and anything else y'all like to discuss today in the GB Cast. If you're enjoying the GB Cast, be sure and leave a like. We are back with more GB Cast. Needed a quick break, plus I needed a little bit of smoothie. I was starting to feel a little peckish there for a moment. But anyways, I do apologize. It's okay, Fat. No worries. No worries. Ben, also a lot of people want the actor that plays Jin to reprise the role. I agree. I think he's a great actor. I think that would make sense. I mean, basically, it's not just voice acting anymore. It's mocap. So it is actually him. So I think he was great as Jin Sakai. But we're about to get into this article from Deadline. By the way, thanks again, Ben, for posting this in Discord. Dark MatterWolf says, yeah, Kathleen Kennedy shouldn't have any more say anymore. I agree. I agree entirely. But we're moving on to Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm going to eventually be streaming New Game Plus. I think I may have to replay the game, though, because I don't think that file's saved or transferred over. Because originally it was on my PS4 Pro, then my PS4 Pro became a potato, and then I had to go back to my OG PS4, and now I'm on my PS5, so I don't know. Anyways, this is from Deadline once again. Sony and PlayStation Productions developing a Ghost of Tsushima movie with John Wick's Chad Stahelski directing. All right, so exclusive. Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions are developing a film adaptation of the hugely successful action-adventure Ghost of Tsushima game. With Chad attached to direct, the game recently crossed the massive milestone, selling over 6.5 million copies since its July 2020 debut. The game is developed by Sucker Punch Productions and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. Centers around samurai warrior Jin Sakai, the last surviving member of his clan, who must set aside the traditions that have shaped him as a warrior to wage an unconventional war for freedom of the island of Tsushima. All right, so see production through their company, 8711 Entertainment. They're going to be producing on behalf of PlayStation Productions. Sucker Punch Productions will serve as executive producers. Peter Kang is overseeing the project on behalf of the studio. Quote, we are excited to be partnering with Chad and 8711 Entertainment to bring their vision of Jin's story to the big screen. We love working with the creative partners like Chad who have a passion for our games, ensuring that we can create rich adaptations that will excite our fans and new audiences. Ghost of Tsushima is PlayStation 4's fastest selling first-party original IP debut, selling more than 2.4 million units worldwide in its first 3 days. The game was one of the top nominees for the Game Awards for 2020, and it should have won. Should have won. You woke SJW agenda-driven award people. This game should have won. Game of the Year, Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Performer. This game will mark the second film to come out of the partnership between Sony and PlayStation Productions. Uncharted currently in post-production to be released February 2022. Sony Pictures Television, PlayStation Productions are also developing a series for Last of Us HBO. So there's that also in the works. So Chad's also working on John Wick 4. So you have the director of John Wick. You also have his production company. You know, I think that's a potentially good combination there. And there definitely are actors and actresses that were part of the Ghost of Tsushima movie that I think should very much be involved in this project. Okay, that image did not end up as big as I was hoping for. You know what? I'll just use I'll use my Ghost of Tsushima playlist. No, I don't want my Bounty Hunter playlist. Fuck off. There. I don't want to look at the rates. Screw the rates. Nightmares. So, anyways. So, Ghost of Tsushima movie. What does everybody think? Do you like the idea? Do you not like the idea? Let me know your thoughts. Anyways, let's have a little read real quick. Ben says a lot of people want the same actor that played Jin Sakai. I hope so. I hope they cast him as Jin Sakai, reprise the role of Jin. I wouldn't mind if the majority of the actors and actresses involved in the movie, probably the English-speaking actors, because you also had Japanese actors and actresses, voicing lines in Japanese. That's how I did my first playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima with the Japanese voice actors. But the physical look, like the motion capture, the mocap, was done by I think the English-speaking actors. So I like that idea. I think it's fantastic. I obviously don't think that it's going to be 100% the same because it's a movie and there's a lot of stuff that story-wise will probably be cut out of a movie version of Ghost of Tsushima. From my understanding, I believe this is actually just going to be a movie version of the game. It won't be it won't deviate. It won't be a completely different character. It'll be basically the movie. All right, so where we leave off. Sounds like it's going to be a Western samurai movie. Well, Sucker Punch is not a Japanese studio yet. They did a fantastic job, and it was extremely popular and well received in Japan. So that's a positive, and people love John Wick. So the director of John Wick, along with this IP, if it has a great script, and the script is pretty self-explanatory, they just take the Ghost of Tsushima script and they just take out all the extra stuff. A lot of the side quests, they'll probably chunk. The main story, for the most part, should stay the same. Maybe they'll tweak a few things here and there, but overall, I think it could work rather well as a video game samurai movie. Dark MatterWolf says, I'll be honest, if God of War 4 doesn't come out this year, Red Dead... Yeah, I mean, God of War was still good, though. But, I mean, both games, both God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2 won their fair share of awards. That was a good fight between those two games. I feel like Ghost of Tsushima got screwed over, though. It got screwed over, and I think it was more worthy of... It won a few Game of the Awards, but another game won those awards instead. But in my opinion, Ghost of Tsushima was my 2020 Game of the Year. So for what that's worth, yeah. In my opinion, it was worthy of Game of the Year. Dark Wolf, Ghost of Tsushima was your Game of the Year even though you didn't play it. Fat says, I'm 50-50 with this idea, to be honest. Ben says, it could be great. It could not be. First, probably needs to see how good Uncharted movie goes. Well, I hope they don't judge it based off the Uncharted movie. I hope they allow this to be its own thing, whether Uncharted succeeds or fails. I think it's a different production company, and obviously you have the director Chad Wick behind it. I mean, Chad, who's the director of John Wick, behind it. John Steve, what's up, John Steve? How's it going? Never apologize for being late. I'm just glad you're here. So, yeah, I think that Ghost of Tsushima has potential of being good. Hopefully. Ramking says, I think a movie would be nice. It would be good because, yeah, John Wick's director, of course. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. I think it's going to be good. Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully. But that's all the information we have for it right now. We'll see how it pans out. Hopefully it'll be good. All right, I guess we'll move on to another topic from The Verge. PAX East canceled, which is not really a surprise. We've had a few other... we've had one of the Comic-Cons canceled at the moment. We've had... let's see. We had E3 canceled this year, so it doesn't really surprise me that PAX East is canceled. They're trying to still make PAX West happen along with PAX Unplugged. Those are still scheduled to happen. This, by the way, is from The Verge. PAX East canceled. Organizers are cautiously optimistic about other in-person events. So, all right. Let me take another little smoothie action. All right. PAX East 2021 Gaming Convention, previously scheduled for June 3rd through 6th, has been canceled. Penny Arcade and event coordination company Repop announced today the PAX organizers are announcing that the online convention PAX Online 2021 for July 15th through July 18th. So that's still happening. While we hope that PAX East... Well, I mean, the point is PAX East is canceled. It's canceled, so... Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really shock anybody. I think they're still at least trying to do like an online version. So that's according to PAX East. Let's see, in light of ongoing public health concerns, Repop, Penny Arcade, we will not hold PAX East this year. But they're going to try and do PAX West Unplugged September 3rd through 6th. So maybe by September, things will be better. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for that. Not much story there, to be honest. Maybe let's go back to chat real quick. Fat says, I think Ghost of Tsushima become a movie if they only hire... Well, I don't think that's necessary. See, the problem is... I prefer going by talent when it comes to the director. Now, if the director happens to be Asian, then that's fine. But you're looking at a director who directed Chad, who did John Wick, and you want a director like that, Fat. You want a director like Chad Wick, who's very good at the fighting and stuff. And I think that he would do a great job with a Ghost of Tsushima type movie. So. I think it's a mistake to simply just give it to somebody based on whether or not they're Asian or some other background. Now, when it comes to the characters, of course, it's set on an island in Japan. The actors should be Asian. So all the characters should be, Asian descent makes sense. That part I agree with. But the director, as long as they're good, and they have a good resume, just like the director of John Wick does, I think that's a good fitting. Now, there's obviously really good Asian directors out there. There are. Let's see. Where are we at? Brian says lead role of... Whatever, Brian. Scarlett Johansson is not going to be Ghost of Tsushima, okay? For one thing, it goes back to what we were just talking about. Scarlett Johansson doesn't exactly fit the role of any of the characters in Ghost of Tsushima. So that's not happening, Brian. If you had it your way, Scarlett Johansson would be the lead character or lead actress in every movie that ever exists. Wishful thinking. Gooey's here. What's up, Gooey? Ben says, honestly, never heard of PAX. Yeah, PAX it's similar to E3. I mean, it's definitely another one of these gaming conventions, but there's several of them. There's PAX South, there's PAX East, PAX West. I think there's also, I forgot what they call it, PAX Down Under for the Australian one. I think so, but yeah. Any other topics you want to talk about today? I know not much is going on. It's Monday. Hooray. Let me look real quick and see if there's any other topics. I'll have a look. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to bring up. I'm not seeing anything at the moment. I guess Godzilla vs. Kong is officially out. Has anyone watched Godzilla vs. Kong? Is it going to be any good? Hopefully. Oh, yeah, Ghost in the Shell. Yeah, I agree with that, Brian. Yeah, they should have not casted her in Ghost in the Shell. That made no sense. It goes back to that same point. Like, the main character in Ghost in the Shell is Asian. So, yeah, I'm just saying. Dark MatterWolf says, I think they had John Wick in the Ghost guy in the Game Buff movie. Yeah. Well, we'll see. I'm not really seeing anything else story-wise. If someone else has anything they want to bring up, now's the time to bring it up. If not, then we'll probably just call it a day. Because I can't really think of any other topic. I'm looking right now, do some various websites, but I'm not really seeing anything else I want to talk about, to be honest. That we haven't already mentioned or brought up. Let me look at another site real quick. Anything? All right, we talked about... There's just nothing else really going on, I don't think. I mean, unless I'm missing something, which does happen. I'm just not seeing anything. Not really. Which I do apologize for. I'm trying to think on the top of my head. Is there something else I want to bring up before we wrap up today? Anything? I don't know. See, Ramking. Yes, I know it's a land down under. I know that. Thank you. Fat says in a few months I should play both Last of Us 1 and 2. Okay, well, good for you. Hooray. But, yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to cut this one short. I just don't have anything else to talk about. I have nothing. That's pretty much it. But, yeah, I hope you all have a good Monday. And so tomorrow we're going to have, I guess, a video for Red Dead Online Event Week Newswire. Yay! The excitement's overwhelming. I don't know if I'm going to stream some Diablo 2 tonight. I really don't know. That is a good question. I was planning on it, but I don't know. I hate to say it, I'm kind of like having a case of the Mondays. I know, it's a joke. Like, oh, somebody has a case of the Mondays. So I'm feeling it, you know? So maybe I'll take another night off from Diablo 2. I think part of it is because, like, Luca Lane is... I don't really like Luca Lane. Act 2 of Diablo 2. But, look, if I fill up for it, there might be a Diablo 2 stream tonight. If not, there's not. I don't know. There may be something else I'll do instead with somebody else. But, you know, that's another matter entirely. Yeah, I think that's it. No one else is bringing up another topic. Yeah, typical Monday. You're right, Fat. If there was another topic, I would be more than happy to talk about it, but that's it. That's all I had this morning. That's all I got for you. Sadly, this is the only GB cast this week because Wednesday we are doing our fundraiser stream, wrapping up March 2021, supporting World Central Kitchen, a great cause, great organization. And we're going to be on the PS5 on Wednesday playing some Hitman 3, Agent 47. It's not going to become a series, by the way. It's just a one-time thing where we'll play for like 2-3 hours, run around as Agent 47, just, game-ending various NPCs. And hopefully raising a little bit of money for World Central Kitchen. By the way, I will donate as well. I always do. Fun fact. Not only do I support it, not only do I promote World Central Kitchen during my monthly live streams for fundraising, I also put my money where my mouth is. And I think that's the way it should be. But anyways, before we go, I hope you all have a great Monday. I hope you all have a great week ahead. Hopefully we'll be back next week with at least 2 more episodes of the GB cast. Yeah, Brian, I was going to talk about that, but I think I'm just ready to wrap it up today. I was. Oh, well. Anyways, I do appreciate y'all being here. Brian, Fat, Sinister, Ramking, Ben, Dark Matter, Wolf, Fire. By the way, thank you, Fire, for the super chat. I wasn't getting on to you. It's just that, Fire, if you're still lurking, I like to focus. Whenever I'm talking about a specific thing, I just like to focus, you know? And it's already Monday, and I'm already, like, trying to get myself through, my spoiler-free review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I wasn't mad at you, Fire, okay? It's just that I was trying to focus on something specifically. See, now would have been a good time, Fire, to jump in and start talking about your other stuff. Well, I guess Fire's already gone, but anyways. Sorry. Ben, thanks for being here. Luke, along with Vossi, Ethan, Captain Nat, and who else was here today? Let me look real quick. Yuji Outlaw was here. Alicia was here. Dr. Anarchy was here. ToykoTent was here. Along with El Davo, Richard, Maddie, Motion, Sinister, Belfast Gamer. So I think that's what we do going forward. Like, open topics, I think in the future, we'll just hold off open topics near the end of the GB cast. That way, things that Fire wants to talk about, we can just hold off on that till the end. That way, we've got all the main topics covered, and we can just sit around talking about random things. That way, I'm more in a position where I am more open-minded to do that, because whenever I'm focusing on specific things, that's what I want to focus about. So that's what I want to do. I want to focus on Justice League when I'm talking about Justice League. When I'm talking about Star Wars, I want to talk about Star Wars. I hope most of you understand what I'm trying to say. Well, I'm glad the canal boat was freed. Hopefully the Suez Canal can start flowing freely. So good job. But anyways, I hope you have a great Monday. I hope you have a great week ahead. And maybe I'll see y'all tonight for some Diablo 2. Maybe, maybe not. No promises. But have a great week. And hopefully the next episode of the GB Cast will be a week from today. And maybe next week we'll be up for doing at least 2 episodes of the GB Cast. We will just have to wait and see. But I do appreciate all of you that have watched the GB Cast. If you enjoy the GB Cast, likes are absolutely appreciated. They definitely help. And as always, from the bottom of my heart to all of you, my awesome viewers and subscribers, fans, mods, Super Chat heroes for March 2021, and all of my junior members, and elite members, from the bottom of my heart, as always, thanks for watching.